What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good Friday night. We're here with a very rare edition of Friday Night Live, aka it's like Saturday Night Live, but on Friday. Except we're not just gonna make jokes about Orange Man bad, but Orange Man is bad. You guys should already know that. But we're gonna talk about Kanye West and Trump are back, our favorite duo since Sonny and Cher. Then we're also going to talk about the moon landing anniversary, which is always fun. And then I also wanted to talk about, what's his name? Nader. I want to get the name right because it's not. What's up, guys? Sorry about that. They kicked me off. I don't know what the heck happened. I'm back. Let's just make sure. Testing. That was annoying. Let's see. Can you see me again? All right. Am I fuzzy? This is so obnoxious. They literally just kicked me off. What's happening? Just give me the thumbs up that it's good. I didn't start my Facebook live stream. I'm starting that as well. Okay. All right. That's the 3 stories of the day. Let's start the Facebook stream, and we're going to do a double stream like we did the other night. That was funny. We'll talk about Kanye. We'll talk about the pedophile guy who got arrested. And then we'll talk about the moon landing. And then I'll answer your questions. All right. I'm starting up the Facebook one. Where are we at? What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good Friday. As always, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. I had a trippy time last time. We're talking about 3 stories. If you're on YouTube, you've already heard this 4 times, but we're making it entertaining. And if you're on Facebook, stories I want to talk about, then we'll do an Ask Me Anything all night until I get hungry. Low network connection. Sorry, they're screwing me on Facebook. We're talking about Kanye and Trump. We're talking about George Nader, who got arrested for trafficking young kids. We're going to talk about the moon landing, and then we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. But if Facebook and YouTube keep kicking me off, apparently we're going to do neither of the 2. So someone said you're spreading too much truth. Could be that, could be my Wi-Fi, but I don't really care. Let's do some shout outs while everyone's coming in. We'll wait. We got the one, we got Rachel Anthony on YouTube. We got Tinfoil Hatter. We got Keith Gober. We got Miguel. We got John Bodell. We got Joe Worley. Joe Worley is a favorite here on Anomaly. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you always rocking out. We got Goy Boy 81 on YouTube. We got Tinfoil Hatter. On YouTube, you don't have to put your real name. Colette Ostland said truth hurts. It's all good. It feels good sometimes. We got Margie Marshall. What's going on? We got Tom Postma. Aaron Dumovitz in the house. God bless you. Thank you. Upstate New York. We got Astro Boy, Paul Contreras. We got First Name. That's someone's name on YouTube. First Name. Interesting. US Amazing said hit bongs, not people. That's your personal preference. I don't, I speak for myself. I'm just reading chats. We got Michael. We got Carl Klug. Thank you for being here. We got Alyssa. Alyssa, I'm going to email you because I saw your great email with the images that you made for me, Alyssa. Thank you so much. And I wanted to say, anybody that's a graphic designer, email me. Go to legendary.vision and email me. I'm starting to make shirts, and I'm sure there's some more talented people than me on graphic design. So if you want to work with me, if you give me some cool designs, I'll pay you now that I'm not poor. Aaron Rossi said Bob Ross. Thank you. Sherry Huff, what's going on, Sherry? Gilbert, Arizona in the house. We got Arctic Bear. What's up, Arctic Bear? Rourke O'Brien. Sounds like a Beto O'Rourke. Paula, we got Jeff. Jeff says, your favorite Canadian? I don't know. You might have to duke it out with some other Canadians for that title. Someone said, thought about you when I heard ASAP. I know I said Trump needs to step in and be the hero, and that's what he did. He even used the dollar sign when he put ASAP Rocky in. I mean, Trump is gangster, man. Wow. Trump is like, whoa. I didn't know he was that thug. No, I'm just kidding. But we got Margot, we got Blaine, we got John Redwood from Regina, Saskatchewan. God bless you. We got Shaw. God bless you. We got blessings on blessings. We're just going to go a minute of straight blessings. If you're here, you're getting blessed. We got Soprano Lopez. I said Lopez like Lopez. C. Ali. We got Suzette. We got Ronnie. We got Antoinette Gonzalez. We got David. I got some fire kombucha. I'm not sponsored, but I might as well be at this point. I'm not reading your name. Someone's got too crazy of a name on YouTube. I'm not even reading it. Censorship. Sorry. We got Carrie, your favorite redhead. Okay, now the redheads have to fight over Carrie. We got Pamela. We got Ronnie. Trump is the original gangster. Maybe. I was thinking about that. Someone mentioned it, and then I don't know if I came up with it or someone mentioned it. I'm not going to take credit, but you know how everyone's always talking about cultural appropriation, cultural appropriation. That's the one, I mean, multiple cultures, but you never hear Italians complaining about cultural appropriation. Not only with pizza, everyone makes pizza, but it's Italian, but also with gangster culture. You have a lot of rappers who name themselves after Scarface, Al Pacino. You know, they're always trying to be John Gotti. It's like all the rappers love the gangster Italian culture. It would be hilarious if Italians were like, yo, don't culture appropriate me. That would be pretty funny. All right, we got Phil. All right, Elizabeth. All right, let's start it up. I'm going to talk for like 5 minutes, and then we'll get into some question and answer, and we'll just chill out until I get hungry. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm intermittent fasting, I guess. So we'll talk about it, then we'll answer your questions. Thank you guys, first off, for being here. I appreciate YouTube. Especially YouTube. I screwed up a few times at the beginning. I appreciate Facebook. I want to say I posted earlier today before I start, and I saw YouTube demonetized my last 9 videos. This might be my 10th video. So YouTube is basically useless for me besides the super chats. Thank you guys. And it's all good, but I just thought that was funny that YouTube's demonetizing. And my last video, it took me like 10 hours to edit. Facebook demonetized. So the demonetizations are coming left and right, but they can't stop us. They won't stop us. We're going to find other ways. I just think it's, you know, worth noting. Hold on. Super chat real quick. Michael Cody said Trump is the apex predator. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. So Trump and Kanye, I'll get into that one real quick. That's my favorite duo. Kanye's probably been singing church songs in the woods or something, but he popped out and he did what I told him. Well, not that I told him to do it, but I was on here last week and I was saying that Trump should try to free ASAP Rocky from Swedish prisons. He got attacked by some like migrants or refugees, and I was like, this is such a win for Trump. Kanye and Kim called him up, and Trump just he's like, I got you. And for my Swedish fans, Trump said something like the very impressive Swedish prime minister, and everyone's like, she's not impressive. Trump's probably just buttering her up so he can save ASAP Rocky. So. I talked about it the other day, but I love Trump reaching out to the culture. That's pretty epic, and I think a lot of people are coming around. They're like, oh shoot, Trump is helping ASAP. Thank you, SLC Farms. I wanted to talk real quick about George Nader, who I gotta say allegedly. I feel like that's the safe thing to not get sued, but it's reported in the mainstream that he got busted for trafficking like 14-year-old boys out of Europe or something for sex trafficking. All this stuff. So what a lot of people have been waiting for since 2016, which is the pedophiles going down. You know, there's a lot of different movements. There's the Q movement. There's people who, you know, read the WikiLeaks emails. There's just people who've known this for a long time. There's all sorts of, there's people who've been, you know, looking at Epstein for years. All I'm saying is I don't care who's involved because everybody's politicizing this. You know, you got the anti-Trumpers saying it's Trump. And then you got the Trump supporters saying it's them. I definitely have my suspicions on who I think it is, but that's some great news I want to talk about. The pedophiles, need to go down. And like I read in the other stream, I'm not going to repeat the statistics, but it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So it's not just a few people in on it. There's people trafficking kids, selling kids, having sex with kids. And I'm guessing that, I mean, 14 is extremely young, but I'm guessing it goes even younger. So I think that's the moment that America is waiting for, is a bunch of high-level profiles, pedophiles and traffickers getting busted, and maybe that will unite the country, because that's something that every rational person should be cool with, whether Republican or Democrat. Mike Make Simic, thank you, brother. I'm getting some super chats. Johnny Blaze Racing said, St. Louis nonprofit, rdelephant.com, new platform. Okay, check that out. Thank you, my man. And the moon landing I'll talk about for a little bit, and then we'll answer some questions, because I don't want to come too much with an agenda today. So apparently today is the anniversary of the moon landing. I guess it would be 50 years. And Trump met with Buzz Aldrin. I think the moon landing is hilarious for many reasons. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, as they'd call, but if you look at the moon landing, first they said they lost the tapes and taped over the original tapes. Now they're saying that they sold them to somebody and they need to buy them back. You have Don Pettit, the leader of, or like one of the oldest like leading engineers on NASA, saying we had the technology, but we lost the technology and we destroyed it, and it's a painful process to build back again. Now they're saying that the Apollo mission was sexist, and they're saying that, you know, if we could go to the moon, how come we can't fix climate change? I mean, it's like the layers of lies that they're wrapping this in. It's like so hilarious, kind of. So I'm just saying, Trump, you know, obviously I made the song to support you, but you got to talk to Buzz Aldrin, and you got to be like, bro, what's going on? Because there's so many lies around the space program. It's like, I personally have my beliefs and my suspicions, but I mean, I'm just kind of laughing at it at this point. Let's read some comments and questions, because we're gonna just vibe out and chill. Wait, oh no, I gotta watch, because I wanted to sit Indian style, but I'm on YouTube, so I got a different angle. I gotta watch myself. I might do like an upshoot. You know, I might play myself, get some unnecessary parental advisories in here. Let's see. Someone said moon landing. Buzz knocked that dude out cold. Yeah, that is a funny movie. I mean, a funny clip, I'm sorry, where Buzz Aldrin is, you know, someone's like, God, the moon landing's fake. He's like, will you put your hand on the Bible and say that you went to the moon? And like, I have to say, for somebody that's not a big fan of the moon landing or Buzz Aldrin, I'm not a hater, but the dude was being really annoying. Even if you think the moon landing was fake, I don't think that's the right approach. Is like chasing him in a hotel, and Buzz just popped him in the face. As somebody who thinks that Buzz Aldrin is up to some suspiciousry, if that's a word, I would not recommend, like, I don't recommend following people into the hotel. That was kind of creepy. He almost deserved to get punched in the face. But yeah, it's a little weird. You could sit Indian style with your foot. No, I'm just saying I didn't want you to see up my shorts. You know, it's not one of those live streams. That's a different website for those type of live streams, and I'd probably make much more money. Someone said I trust JFK. To each your own. I got my suspicions, but overall, you know, it's all good. This is a real vibe. It's strawberry lemonade. Hold on, I'm gonna read that one. That seemed like a good one. Someone said, "Can I Venmo you or Cash App you?" Oh, it's all good, Chris. You could just keep the money. It's okay. Wayne Francis said, "How about talking about all the pedophiles that are being arrested? Don't you think that's more important to talk about?" Maybe you just got in. I talked about it at the beginning. I said George Nader got arrested, Epstein got arrested, and they're saying that there's going to be 2,000 documents possibly released soon. Guys, I already said it. There's not much to say. I've been personally, I don't talk about, like, I'm very calculated, because you have to understand, as somebody who streams and stuff, you got to watch what you say. Not that I don't censor myself, but if you accuse somebody or, you know, do something, like, people could sue you. So basically, I'm sitting back waiting. I'm doing the best work I can do to spread truth. But it's like, to me, Christmas, not literally Christmas morning, but it's going to be Christmas morning when these high-level pedophiles go down. And they tried to say for 2 years it's a conspiracy theory, shut them up, we're going to sue you, you can't say it. It's like, it's not a conspiracy theory. We don't know who they are. That's the theory, is who's doing what. But overall, human and child trafficking is a huge industry, and we all know it. And and it got politicized for some reason. But I can't wait for these people to go down. Like everyone, I just don't talk about it every day because it's like, you got to weigh out how to talk about it, or like people can, but it's like if you just blindly accuse somebody and you do a public platform, you can get in trouble. Many people have. Keith Gober, support what you like. Thank you for the great content. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate you, my man. You guys make it easier for YouTube to demonetize me. I don't mind it because I'm still doing pretty well, overall. And my foot is really screwing me up. It's costing thousands of dollars, but it's okay. But overall, it's like the worth that I have. I worked in social media marketing, so my reach is a multi-million-dollar reach, and the amount of on Facebook, you guys are awesome. The engagement we have is in the 0.001%. So it's like I got to scrape for thousands of dollars as they're trying to steal all my money. Meanwhile, if I was a loser or a liar, or I just talked about games, I'd already have like $3 million. But it's okay. It's not about the money. If I cared about the money, I'd talk about something stupider. So it's just annoying because it's like every which way they're always trying to eat up the money. But thank you guys for supporting. I will forever raise awareness for foster children. I feel you, Chris. I want to say your name right, Kristen. That's where they operate a lot, is either in nations that, they aren't really accountable, having problems, or at foster care, because these are kids that don't really have parental support. So I think it happened a year or two ago, there was some journalist who was like, I'm the head of the foster care division. He got arrested for being a pedophile sex trafficker, or at least pedophile. That's how, unfortunately, a lot of them operate, because that's where you find children that are, not being watched as much. Someone said, come to Houston, bro. I'm pumped, guys. I'm working on a live event, and I'm going to do it in Los Angeles first. And if it goes well, I'm going to do it everywhere. So keep an eye out. It's probably going to be early September. If you guys are in the LA area, come to it. If we sell it out, then I know I could take it on the road. And I think we will. I feel really good about it. And if we do that, the power's in our hands. It's a real life thing that we can do. I'm pretty pumped. Mike, thank you, brother, for the super chat. Someone said, Ray Young said they are definitely hiding something about the moon landing. Yeah, the question is, what are they hiding? There's obviously so many lies around it. Like some people think there's a secret base. Some people think we didn't go. Some people think, Space Force. You probably heard my beliefs if you've been on here enough, but it's definitely some sneakiness going on around it. Paul said, I'm from LA. Yeah, come out to the event. Someone said I was in foster care when I was 12 years old. Well, God bless you. Someone said AOC should save the aliens in the concentration camp, Area 51. It's pretty funny. Love the show. What do you think of Q? I've talked about it before. I don't want to talk about it too much. I mean, I guess I will if you want me to. This is a question and answer. So my thing with the Q movement, I've never been a hater. I've never, and people misconstrue it because any little bit of like my perspective, then they freak out if I'm not a super fan. I've always said I'm all for the research team. I'm all for the coded questions and the believing and stuff. I'm not a mainstream media shill just hating on you. I'm not a right-wing person calling you a LARP or a fake. My concerns were when the people involved in the movement started taking those codes and coding them themselves and attacking people that I'm friends with and, good people. So I think people are onto stuff, absolutely. The positives of it is like the research, the negatives of it. I think there's, a lot of the big leaders in the Q movement are very like egotistical, and they're also like, they're just like, I did this. It's like, no offense, but, since 2016, pretty much everybody knew about the pedophiles, at least, especially on the right wing. So the fact that like so many people are like, this is my movement, I'm better than everyone. And the last thing I want to say, and then we'll move on to something else. They started like attacking like Alex Jones and these people. And I'm not saying you have to like Alex Jones. I have friends that can't stand Alex Jones. They think he's a liar. Some people think he's over the top. Some people love him. Some of my friends love him. I'm not saying you have to like or dislike Alex Jones. But my thought is, if the whole QAnon movement revolves around Trump, Trump is the kingpin in the movement. Alex Jones, love him or hate him, whether you're a Trump supporter or you hate Trump, Alex Jones did probably help Trump get elected. He was one of the biggest YouTube channels, and he was supporting Trump. So even if you disagree with what Alex Jones is saying, if there was no Trump, there would be no QAnon movement. If there was no Alex, there might not be a QAnon movement. So I just couldn't figure out, why is this movement like always attacking everybody? And it's not you. And I don't know that the posts were saying that, but personally, I like the research. I like the open-mindedness, and I like the fact that people are deep diving. I don't like the ego. I don't like the, attacking others. And I also don't like people who are always telling people that they're sure about things they're not sure about. It's easy to do anonymously. I'm not saying that the guy who wrote the post do it. I'm not sure. But overall, I just think a lot of people in that movement then become big figures and start pointing the fingers at a lot of people. And it becomes like the racist, sexist, xenophobic thing, where it's like, you got to be pinpoint with it, or else you kind of, pervert the term in the sense of now it doesn't matter because you're calling everybody that. So that's kind of my feeling on it. How's my foot? It's good and bad. The good news is I went to a podiatrist, and he said it should fully heal. That's the good news. The bad news is it actually got fractured. Apparently it fractured one of my bones. So I can't really walk for another like 3 weeks. So it's all good though. I'm over it. I met a woman, I was out, and she busted her knee on one of those scooters. And, she's got 12 things in her knee, permanently. And there's a lot of people who have had injuries or at birth have had, defects in physical situations. So overall, I'm just praying that it heals fully, but it's okay. It's annoying not walking, but I can't really complain. It has been tough, but it's all perspective. What's tough for me would be easy for someone else, and vice versa. So moon landing was real, said Lou. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I have my, someone said, no, AJ, Bill Hicks. Wait, do you think Alex was Bill Hicks? That's a whole theory. People think Alex is Bill Hicks. I don't think so, but nothing really phases me. People get mad at me because they're like, I'm sure mainstream media probably watches this and wants to write a hit piece on me. And then people are like, I don't hate too hard on anybody. I try to see the good, and then I move on. But they're like, he loves him, he hates him. I'm indifferent. Put your foot up to the camera. Nah, pass. Neuralink, what do you think? That's a good question, David. If you guys don't know, Neuralink is Elon Musk's company. You could look back. I was one of the only people talking about it in 2017, about how it's a company that Elon Musk has, that he claims that he can put computer chips in human brains to pretty much make you like a superhuman. And apparently Elon says he's closer to being, done with it, or closer for it to be unveiled. It's very, very creepy and interesting, but that's the world we live in. Like, we got technology on the rise. We got clown circus in politics. We got Uber. We got annoying people. We got great things. I don't know what to really think of it. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But I mean, I may or may not be a cyborg by the time 2055 comes. We'll find out. Mike said, what's your thoughts on cryptocurrency? I am a supporter of cryptocurrency. I'm rooting for it, but I see the pros and the cons. And since I've talked about crypto a lot, I have some, and I sold recently. I'm not hoping the market goes down. That's kind of mean. But since I sold out, if it goes down, I'm going to rebuy in. You get it. I watched the press conference the other day of Mnuchin. Is that how you say his name? Mnuchin, who is the Treasury Secretary. I don't know, whatever. He's the big financial guy in Trump's cabinet. He was talking about cryptocurrency, and it was a very, very interesting interview. I actually really enjoyed it. I think I liked the guy. I did not expect to like this dude, but I thought he was pretty funny and smart. There's a lot of dummies in Washington, and he's not one of them. Mnuchin is very calculated. He said basically, if people are wondering, because a lot of people are wondering if the government's going to crack down on cryptocurrency, it seems like they're going at Facebook very heavily with the Libra program, because they don't want Facebook to do a power grab on the U.S. currency. So it looks like they're very unhappy with Facebook, and they're going to start shutting down some exchanges besides like Coinbase or the main ones. What they want to do is they want to regulate it. It's like crypto can exist as long as it goes through every check and balance, and they can make sure that there's no dark money, this and that. But I thought the press conference was pretty funny. Mnuchin was like getting attacked by psycho journalists. They were like, "You're racist." Like, he's trying to talk about cryptocurrency and the future of currency, and they're like, "You're racist. What do you think about Trump for being racist?" And they're like screaming at him. And the dude is like, "I'm trying to talk about finances here." They did it so much, these hysterical losers. He pulled out the anti-Semitism card, but I have to say, it was very well done. I wasn't even mad at it. Like, they kept calling him racist 100 times, and it was so annoying because I'm trying to hear about crypto. And Mnuchin's like, listen, I'm going to an anti-Semitism meeting after this. And then they stopped. I was like, now that's a victim card if I've ever seen one. Sometimes you got to whip it out. You know, if you got it, you got to whip it out. I'm not hating on this. So overall, I like Mnuchin. He's going hard at Libra cryptocurrency, but it seems like he's okay with like Bitcoin and stuff as long as they follow the normal procedures. Someone said, careful with Elon Musk. Someone said, Elon is showing how stupid NASA is. Marie said, I think Elon's funny. I think he's a meme master, but I like Elon. I like that he calls out the media. It seems like Elon, he actually said that Epstein invited him, was trying to get him to go to the island, and Elon kept saying no. Elon is very interesting. I don't have the highest expectations in Elon, but I really like him. As far as like figures in this whole circus, Elon is one of my favorites. I'm not trusting him with my life or anything, but overall, you gotta admit, he's pretty funny, and he's definitely like a breath of fresh air. I like me some Elon, not gonna lie. Your thoughts on why they're not investigating Ilhan Omar on tax fraud and immigration fraud? I don't know. Why does the government steal trillions of our dollars and complain about racism? I don't know why they do anything that they do. I don't know. I'm more surprised when the government does something right than when they don't do anything. Not doing anything seems to be like the status quo. Someone said Elon's a top troll. Yeah, Elon's a legend. Like, he's so funny. Angelique said, hope you get better soon. Thank you. Elon needs the Tesla batteries to be 100% recyclable. The man is not perfect. I just think he's hilarious. Someone said Bill Hicks was CIA. Never heard that before, but nothing really surprises me. Cave Woman Tron says Elon's a reptile. Facebook, if you're wondering where my YouTube people are at, they're calling Elon a reptile. Timmy Conrad said, would you say that you're more of a libertarian? Totally, yeah. The more I look at stuff, taxes are a scam. Pretty much everything progressive and liberal is a scam. They want to lock you into healthcare plans. They want to put it in the hands of the federal government, and then they think it's going to operate well. I'm pretty libertarian for the most part, but the Libertarian Party is pretty pathetic. Their social media is awful, and their leadership's awful. But I definitely lean more, right when it comes to the government does not need more of my money. I'll give you an example. And Bernie people always say to me, you're going to save more money on your health care. And they always tell me, no, we're going to take the war budget, we're going to cut the military budget, and we're going to take wealthy people's taxes, and then that's going to pay for it. And my question is always, if you're doing all that, why are my taxes going to be raised? You get what I'm saying? They're always like, no, we're not getting it. We're going to get it from other places. I'm like, no, you're taking my money. And then I can't opt out of the plan. But they're like, no, you're going to save money. It's like, we'll take your money. You can't opt out of it. Then we're going to save you money. What happens when the wealthy people don't want to pay, or they move to a different state or a country? Now who makes up for that money? It's basic. That's my stances on everything. The further left you go, they lie and put things in the hands of the federal government. And I think I think Trump is even too far left, honestly. Like not too far left. Like, I don't care what he does socially and stuff, really, but overall, the government takes too much money, I think, from citizens. I'm a vet, and I can tell you socialized medicine's a trap. Anybody who uses their brain understands this. Thank you, brother. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like I have so many friends and probably people watching this now who support Bernie. He's a nice guy. The progressives, but you have to understand, the government doesn't work well. You shouldn't take my money and give it to them. You shouldn't take businesses' money and give it to them. There's no incentive to do better. They don't do anything. They need less money. They need less of my money. I could talk for 20 minutes about every single talking point they have. It sounds good, but you need to understand how reality works. It's like, if I'm going to build you a house and you're going to have a mansion and you can't opt out because it's too good to be true, but I don't build it right and it collapses, it doesn't matter that I thought I was doing a right good job. I don't feel like talking about it right now. You guys get it. Dark Matter Door did a super chat. He said, shout out to Bush for 9/11. That's Dark Matter Door who said that with the super chat. I completely disavow. I don't, that's not my, 9/11 is obviously sketchy, but I think there's a lot of players in the game. I'm just not going to get into that now. Where are we at? Trump is absolutely too far left, someone said. I mean, I'm not even saying it's his fault, but like in general, I think the government takes too much money of our taxes. I think in the they say, well, the roads and the schools, we have the most money taken out of our taxes, or top 5, top 10. In California, the teachers are on strike. No roads are getting paid. Like the more money they take, it's like a welfare program. The more they take from working people and the more they give away to people who are incentivized to not have families, the more people on welfare. All of their social programs are not intelligently built. There needs to be a total overhaul. And until then, I don't like, I'll pay in more when I'm 100% sure the system works. Not only does the system not work, no one's talking about how to fix it, and then they just keep wanting to suck out our money. Strong pass. Strong pass. Someone said Bitcoin's the mark of the beast. I see the pros of Bitcoin, excuse me. The negatives are, I mean, it's all digital. It's a digital currency, and anything can be manipulated. It's just as fiat as paper money with pyramids on it. It's all kind of a scam, but it's all good. Thank you, Dark Matter Dorset L. Well respect, bro. Well said. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the super chat. Let me see. Jeff said, hold on, I want to read that. Jeff said, Will Witt shouted you out in his live stream a few hours ago. Are you a fan of him and PragerU? Would you ever consider hitting the streets in that fashion? I love Will Witt. Will's a friend of mine, so I know Will personally, and I really, really like Will. He's a great guy. You know, he's crushing it in his own front. Prager is cool with me. They've shown love to me. I've never been on their show or anything, but like certain things politically, I disagree with what they say sometimes. You know, not often, but there's certain angles of it that I you know, we probably have different of opinions in. But I love Will, and yeah, I would definitely hit the street. I mean, I'll text him after this stream. I've been hanging out with people in the same friend group, but Will's a solid guy. He's a good guy. But before I hurt my foot, I hit the street. I was with Mike Lusso, who works with PragerU as well. We did the one about the homelessness. So yeah, I would work with them in the right situation. I mean, you know, I just have to like, I'll do anything as long as I feel comfortable about it and I know it's not gonna, you know, get misused. Like I like full streams as far as like interviews where they're not gonna chop it up, so I know exactly what I said. Someone said Tin Pool. I was playing, my buddy got Crazy Taxi. If you guys know, it's a Dreamcast game called Crazy Taxi. And this one dude has a beanie hat on, and I always call him Tim Pool in the video game. It's pretty funny. Coming debates, your thoughts? It's a clown show. Right hand and forehead, what do you use the phone with? I'm confused with that question. Is California splitting into 2 states? I don't know. We got Canada in the house. Under what, here, it's a good question. Under what scenario, hold on. Under what scenario would Donald Trump not win a second term? All right, this is important. Take what I'm saying here and spread the word to Trump supporters who are getting too cocky, because you have to understand this. Trump, he's the front runner. He's doing very well. But you have to understand this. Facebook, YouTube, Google, all of the mass media, celebrities, they all hate Donald Trump. And there's a difference between the 2016 election and the 2020 election. In the 2016 election, they were overconfident, they were cocky, and they really thought they had it in the bag. They wrote off Donald Trump, and social media networks were operating at like 1/10 or 20th of the level that they're going. So Trump writes off social media, and I get it. That's not his job. He's he's focused on the election. But you have to understand how much power Google has, how much power YouTube has, how much power Twitter has, how much power Instagram has. And they rigged it so much further than in 2016. I can't even begin to explain. It would take me 10 seconds how crazily rigged YouTube is. Demonetizing people, rigging search algorithms, making it impossible to find other perspectives. It's insane. You have to understand they have so much power. They can if they get 20 million people to register and vote, they weren't trying that hard, even though they were rigging 2016 as well. They weren't trying that hard in 2016 because they were too cocky. They know that they're probably going to lose now. So that's the scenario that Donald Trump is going to lose. Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, all of these companies over rigging, which they're already doing, they have the power to get 50 million people to do whatever that they want to do. It's hard to explain how much power Google has. The good news is most people know that they're rigged, like a good half chunk of them. The bad news is, you know, Florida, Pennsylvania, you don't need 20 million votes. You need 100,000 or 200,000. So please don't get cocky. That's why Hillary Clinton lost. And I hear a lot of people like, there's no way we're going to lose. I'm not saying we're going to. I'm not a loser mentality person. But when I say stuff to the right wing and the left, when I say stuff to the left wing, I'm not trying to own the libs. Honestly, I want people to come to their senses so they stop losing so much. It can't be fun to lose this much. When I talk to the right wing, people get so mad. That's what you do to better my life. If I wanted to be stronger and I talked about someone else's workout routine, I wouldn't get stronger. I get stronger because I work out. I tell myself, you're doing it wrong. Do it better. It's the same thing with the right wing. People don't want to hear this crap. They're like, no, don't. I'm like, no, I want to win. I don't want a crazy communist to win the country. So in order to win, you have to listen to me. And honestly, even the left wing could watch me. You could get mad at me, but you could learn a lot more. You could sit in a room of 100 Bernie Sanders supporters. You're going to lose again. But if you listen to me, you could take some of what I'm talking about, incorporate it into your own campaign, and you'll actually win. It's like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to help. Holly Movie Star said, have you collaborated with Eric July? I've not collaborated with him, but you could let him know. I would talk to him or do a live stream with him. I like his Twitter. He seems like an interesting guy. We're kind of in the same field. We're libertarian-ish musicians, you know? It would be a vibe. No, I know you guys know how much social media is rigged, but I don't think a lot of people understand how much psychological power they have. Like, you have to understand, I'll give you an example, and then we'll go to the next question. If I own Google and YouTube and all of these companies that they control, I mean, let's just go with Google and YouTube. If I rig it as much as they're rigging it, I could shift the market in billions of dollars of sale. I could change the minds of millions. It's unfathomable how much like psychological and mental power they have, and they're going way harder. So all I'm saying is don't get too cocky, stay focused, and you know, you got it. You get it. Cold Warrior said, I got a crash, dude. Love you. Stream for 6 hours, so I have some white noise. All right. Good night, Cold Warrior. God bless you. Good night. I pray for you to have a good sleep. No nightmares, only dreams that later manifest into reality. God bless. Thank you for the super chat. Someone said they have the S&P stream. What do you think of the squad? That's my answer. Someone said white noise is racist. Exactly. Don't come on my stream talking about these dang white noise, racist, silence. Silence is racist because it's like if you're not saying something, you are the oppressor. So silence is pretty racist as well. Mary said they are overplaying their hands. Oh yeah, they're awful. It's actually pretty funny. They, like, with how much power that I'm telling you that they have, they should never lose. It should be impossible for them to lose elections. Yet they're losing all over the world. It's pretty pathetic. But when I'm a sports team, I'll give you an example. I play on a soccer team, or I did. We'd always be the top team. We'd win every game during the regular season. And my team was too egotistical, and my team was too cocky, and it annoyed the crud out of me. I'm going to not curse. They'll still demonetize it. But we'd always lose in the playoffs because they just got too cocky, and they're like, we're the best. We got to win. We got to win the first round. We got to win the second round. We got to win the third round. You don't win the finals unless you win every game. And every professional athlete knows that. But my soccer team, like, that's, it's like we definitely have all these things going in our favor. However, it's not over till it's over. And anybody, like, when I say this stuff, they're, no, it's in the bag. It's like, that's a loser mentality. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Preston? I see you. Someone said thoughts on Devin Stack. I think that someone told me that's the guy's channel, Black Pill. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't think I've ever seen a video. I just know because someone hit me up and was like, do you want to stream with, or do you want to host a debate with him? And I know he does streams with people that I've watched, but I don't you know, I know he's done like debates with like Owen and Nick Fuentes or something, but I don't know that I've seen him. So I'm not lying. Like I don't know. I don't really know his content at all, but I'll try to check it out because people keep telling me about him. Helen from Idaho, God bless you. What's going on? We're in the house. Janet said, I love Devin Stack. Black Pilled is a good channel. I'll check it out because I've heard so much about it. Same with like Eric July. I've seen his tweets. I love his tweets, but I've never seen his video. Actually, no, I saw a video on Twitter, like a minute video. It was pretty funny. Hold on, I'm trying to read. Why you even though you're not white, you sound like them, and I know you're a good guy. What do you? I had a Twitter vote, and I was like, do you think I'm white? And a majority of people said I'm not white. I thought I was white, but I'm part Puerto Rican, I'm Italian, I'm Polish, but most people, I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm lighter skinned, but that's the thing growing up, even now, is like, I got yelled at by some white guy. He's like, you're a fake white. No one ever said you're white. Like when you grew up, I was Italian, I was Polish, I was Puerto Rican. No one ever used the term white growing up. It was only like little jokes here or there. You know what I'm saying? Like a Chappelle joke where it's like, look at white people and like dancing funny. That stuff was funny, but I never like thought that much about identity. I never like, you know, I never cared to go to like a parade for my ethnicity. I never really cared. But Mike said I'm white. Not, I mean, it's up to you. I do a poll sometimes. I'm like, am I white? Obviously, I'm not. Like, it's funny because white people are not white and black people are not black. You get what I'm saying? Like the color black and the color white, it's like which side are you closer to? But overall, but then you got Sean King. He's like, I'm black, and you're like, get the microscope out. You're like, you sure, bro? Someone said he white, like Jesse. I love when Jesse Lee said he white. Someone said you are a human. Yeah. I'm human race, guys. We're all the same shit. We all bleed red. We all bleed red, white, and blue, guys. Come on. We're all the same. Let's just open the borders. There's no. Monica said, much love to you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Do you consider yourself a millennium? I'm guessing you meant millennial, but I don't know. Even that, I never heard millennial until older people started saying it. They're like, you dang millennials, you're so weak and you never work hard and you don't know what it's like to work a day in your life. And I was like, am I a millennial? Am I a millennial? I never really heard it before that, but overall, I think so. I think I'm a millennial. And I now agree with the old folks. Not saying you're old, but like my mom used to be like, you dang millennials. And now I'm like, my mom's right. I'm not lazy, but I'm definitely lazier than probably people in the 1960s. And, you know, I do think that my generation is slightly behind schedule, but it's all good. And then my generation is so soft. They're like, what are you talking about? We're the not racist generation going to save the planet from climate change and polar bears. And I'm like, they're like, can you believe my mom's watching Fox News? And who else is going to save the polar bears? And I'm like, where do I start? Someone said Nick got a proper butt spanking from Owen. That's a super chat. You talking about their little beef? I don't know. It's probably perspective. I'd have to rewatch both of them, but I thought it was funny. Like, it's like you don't want drama. I'm not a big drama person myself, but it's funny watching people make fun of each other, you know? Like one of my favorite things on Comedy Central, although it's probably ruined too, but the roast battles. I love the roast battles because it's so savage, you know, where you're like, oh man, I can't believe they said that, but then you're like, yeah, say that, you know. Someone said my Russian wife thinks you're cute. Thanks, KP. I mean, you know, it's not that kind of live stream, but we can get into that, you know. Normally, where's your safe space? It used to be the beach until I stepped on a spike. Now I'm traumatized at the beach. Someone said, anomaly, do you believe in the space program or not? I mean, do you believe we went to the moon or no? I don't think we went to the moon, no. But if you do, that's fine. not a hater. Someone said the offended Olympics. That's a good one. Are you gonna have some more conscious rap songs coming out? We need more of that. Yeah, I'm working on a project with Trevor Wesley. I'm gonna do a new song with him soon. It's dope. I actually did it on here on a live stream like a week ago. Someone said, soy boys of the world unite, but wear your man buns when you do. See, Charlie, it's like I have long hair, so I can't even like, I think it is funny when people call each other man buns, but I'm the guy who's like, look at the soy boy with the man bun. And then I'm like, oh man. And then I'm like, can I get cashew, instead of almond milk, can I get cashew milk in that? Venice Beach Dub Club. What's up, brother? He said, polar bears are so white. Yeah, that sounds racist, but I feel like you have good intentions. So, and then Holly Movie Star said, have you done a song with Venice Beach Dub Club? They are fire. We were talking about it. We're going to work on something soon. And shout out to Venice Beach Dub Club. I played a song one time, Smoke and Mirrors. Check it out. Very, very rare. It's a great song. Someone said, he said you're amazing. Who said I'm amazing? Oh, Will Witt mentioned you. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Will. Someone asked me that earlier. Will's a legend. He's a good friend, and he's crushing it. I haven't seen a lot of his newer work. I haven't seen it in a few months. They're shadow banning him, but yeah, Will's great. Hopefully, I'll see him soon in person. Let me see. Someone said cashews don't have nipples. Anonymous person. You can go to Will's page and tell Will I said he's awesome too. Someone on my YouTube said Will Witt's owned by Prager. Will's not owned. He just works for them. Trust me, I know Will in person. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy. He's not owned by them. He's just working with them. And I'm sure eventually he'll work by himself and he's gonna do great. Don't hate on my boy Will. Venice Beach Dub Club said we should give the money to black and brown bears. Listen, you keep talking about different polar. Oh, I get what you're saying. I said I was going to save the polar bears, but they're white. That's racist. Good point. I didn't think of that. It's 2019. You really got to check, or else, I'm going to get a hit piece on me. Terry said, what about the manholes? Oh, yeah. What is it, like Berkeley or something? They're changing them to like woman holes or something. These people are such losers. It's ridiculous. Why do men have nipples? Keith, what time is it? I mean, it's getting to that time, but I'm not going to talk about why men have nipples, Not for milk. Someone said anomaly triggered the flat earthers. How did I trigger the flat earthers? I didn't even say anything in this stream. How did I trigger the flat earthers? Someone said, is Will red pilled? Listen, just trust me. Will's a good guy. He's let him do his thing. Don't be digging too much into it. Octavio Sandoval said ASAP Rocky and Kanye performing for Trump at RNC. How sick would that be? I would love that. Oh my goodness. I want them to let me perform I Like Trump, but I don't know if it's too much. Louis said climate change is fake. Louis, do you want to get banned? Don't come here talking like that. It's not free speech. Just kidding. Marie Golet said, why can fish fly? I don't know. I don't know. Can they fly? I guess there's flying fish. You're losing me here. Kyle said, Will likes you. No, I like Will. I actually know him personally. So not like super personally, but we'll have to collaborate on something soon. We talked about it the one time, but it wasn't the right time. I'll work with Will. I feel like a loser now. I can't go out anymore. I would be like, Will, let's go get it. Let's go party, but I can't even walk, so I'm gonna have to wait. Let me see. You're the most calm, cool, relaxed. Thank you. And beautiful. Thank you, D. Appreciate that. Someone said Jesus had nipples, must have been sexist. Thank you, Keith. That's what the people definitely needed to hear tonight. Thank you. Did you talk about Iran? Not today. What did they do? Like seize another oil tanker? Are you talking about Will Johnson or Will Smith? No, Will Witt from PragerU. Someone said he shouted me out in his live stream, so I'm shouting him back out. What do you think about Bill Gates and his policies on climate change? I've never seen his policy on climate change, but Bill Gates has a patent on hurricane manipulation technology. Google Bill Gates hurricane patent, and it's interesting. Someone said, I love seeing you randomly in other people's vids, like at the Women's March. It's a good time. New song inspired by JLP. More white babies, said Bub Loves. That's a super chat. I mean, yeah. Jesse Lee Peterson, who's black, he always says there needs to be more white conservative babies. And everyone always gets triggered. Like, dude, there's a funny one. I don't know if you guys know who Pastor Anderson is. He's like a Baptist preacher, and he's on the live stream, and like he's a very extreme Christian pastor. And Jesse says to him, he's like, I'm glad you're having a lot of white babies. And Pastor Anderson, who's like extremely extreme, he looks at Jesse and he's like, I like Christians. I don't care about race. Like, he's like, that doesn't matter to me. So it's like Jesse's hilarious. But I'm surprised Jesse doesn't get in trouble more. Not that he should, but Jesse literally doesn't care. It's pretty funny. It's refreshing when you have someone who just says something. Randall Cordell said, is this still alive? Yeah, you tell me, Randall. Venice Beach Dub Club said, super chat, Bill Gates is Cobra Commander without the helmet. I'm going to have to Google that. Lil Baby Wipe said, what's some things you disagree with Owen Benjamin on? Is that a trap question? Isn't that what he got mad at Nick Fuentes for saying? He was like, we disagree on some things, and then Owen got mad. Like I said, I would rather just chat with Owen. I don't like to talk about, like, I'm not trying to talk about Owen. I'd rather just talk to him, have a conversation. Because I don't know. I feel like that was a setup. Area 51 said Louis. I'm over it. Alyssa said, I think we should start a Bob Ross challenge. Alyssa, I have a challenge coming up soon. It's not a Bob Ross challenge, but I can't tell you what it is. But we have, I'm going to have a rap challenge sort of thing. I don't want to ruin it, but Christopher said in all caps, we landed on the moon in all caps. Maybe. I don't think so, but it's okay. Someone said, thoughts on the Proud Boys? I guess the media has demonized the entire group as like crazy, horrible people. But to me, I'm indifferent as far as like, I know Gavin McInnes started it, and then a few people did something crazy. Now they're saying anybody involved in that's like a crazy person. I don't know. I don't know that that's true. So I'm sure it's just a group of people who I don't know. I don't know enough to really tell you. Yeah, someone said Proud Boy started as a joke. The media narrative around it is so toxic, and it's been so blown out of proportion that it's not even like, I don't know enough about it to even really talk about, but it's been one of those topics that's like so twisted and skewed that it's not even worth talking about right now. Marie. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. Do you politic with Tim Pool? No. I mean, I've never met him, and I like his Twitter more than his videos. I don't hate him, but I don't really watch Tim Pool. I just see him on Twitter. I would love to chat with Tim, but I'm like indifferent. I think he does good work, and it's good to have like a left-leaning person do some stuff, but I'm not. His tweets, I glance at his videos. I don't watch in my free time, but I know a lot of people really like him. Someone said, is Epstein Mossad? I have no idea. We're going to find out, I guess, or we're never going to find out. I don't know. Do they ever reveal this type of stuff? We'll see. Someone said Bill Gates is very active on the fake climate change that they used to call global warming until, yeah, I mean, Bill Gates owns hurricane manipulation technology. So I wonder what else he knows about the climate changing. What kind? Are you a car guy? No, I'm not really a car guy. I've never really been interested in cars. Mary Gole said, I'm not down with baby murder. Shouldn't be. Thank you for. Have you met Outlaw Morgan? Outlaw Morgan. Outlaw Morgan. That sounds familiar. I think I was on his live stream one time a few years ago. Outlaw. Yeah, I think I was on his live stream. I'm not sure though. It's all a blur. Zero Ninja said, thanks for the videos. Thank you. Do you have prepared content, or is this all Q&A? No, it's all Q&A. I talked for a little bit at the beginning, but I'm just chilling out. I can't really go out tonight, so I'm just gonna hang out, answer questions for an hour or so till I get hungry. Is that okay, or is this boring? Am I boring you guys? Venice Beach Dub Club said, recommended some interesting rappers besides you and B.O.B. Recommend some interesting rappers besides you and B.O.B. Tom McDonald is interesting. I don't really listen to rap anymore, honestly. I haven't really been in tune with the game, so I would have to go to throwbacks. I'm not too familiar. Freedom Girl said, anomaly, why don't you just get a hooker? What? What are you talking about? Are you talking general? I'm good on that. I'm not that desperate. That was a hilarious comment, though. Love your stuff, man. Thank you, Christian. Noella said, let's save the world. Climate change is killing ourselves. No. Someone said Jedi Mind Tricks. Yeah, they're classics. I would love to talk to Vinny Paz. That would be. Rose said, you're never boring. All right. Thank you, Rose. Do you watch Jericho Green? I have not. All right. Bubs Love has a new song. Check it out. He super chatted. Some weird girl said, is Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior? Thank you for the super chat. So I love Jesus Christ. I've prayed to Jesus Christ. I don't know if I'd consider myself a full-blown Christian. I believe in Christ. I believe in God. I just, I think the church has been pretty much hijacked. And, I don't look down on other people for belief in other gods. So I don't know what you would really classify me as, but I don't know. My personal perspective and thought is, the creator of the universe, of the world, rather. I don't even know how much there really is, but I don't know that it would make sense to me that they would do all this stuff and then, demonize and look down on people for not believing in them specifically, as opposed to following their doctrine. So, I mean, I don't know what you would call that. And in general, I do find these last 2 years, though, that it seems like not all, there are people of other faiths and stuff, but it seems like Christians have really been on the side of truth and good in the last couple of years, and a lot of people have strayed away. Someone said, don't let religion from keeping you to Jesus. No, I don't. I read. I have, a lot of Christian friends. I pray. I don't make a big spectacle about it. I don't look down on others. I don't parade around the title. So I don't know. I'm also, as much as I believe in God fully and I pray, but I'm also just interested and skeptical, of a lot of things. So I'm always just paying attention. So for instance, it's there's people who are involved in the religion who are 20 times, they talk about it much more than me, but then they do, very sinful things. But I think the Catholic Church has been totally hijacked. I think Christianity has been extremely hijacked. Someone said something to me the other day on Twitter, something about, and I said, half of Christians are totally sold out and lying to their own people. And Christians right now are very in need of a strong leader. hopefully Jesus Christ himself, but if not, someone, you know, a prophet or something, because Christianity has been beaten to a pulp in the last 200 years. It's a shell of it, of what it once was. You know, you have Muslims repopulating, you have, you know, other religions, you have Jewish people and others that are very, very tight knit and, you know, definitely, you know, do pretty well on the whole, which is great. You know, I don't hate on it, but overall, Christians are kind of losing in every which way. I mean, all speech laws are against them. Their nations are being, you know, hijacked and crushed. So Christians really need a very, very strong leader. I think too many Christians have spent too much time saying, I'm a good Christian, look how much better I am than you, rather than like actually helping their religion or living their religion. So I would love to see a strong Christian leader rise up, and because I don't see very many. A lot of the biggest pastors are some of the sneakiest people. Yeah, Christians are getting crushed in culture too, but I have a strong feeling there's going to be a big comeback, because these last 2 years, I grew up like Christian Catholic, and then I went atheist for a while, and then I became spiritual in my later teens and earlier years, and then I kind of came back to God in the last 2 or 3 years, and I'm more in that zone, you know. So I had a kind of a transition, but I think Christians these last 2 years, it seems like there's obviously other religions and other people that get a lot of stuff, but Christians have really impressed me the last few years. Like, they really seem like they're trying to stand on the side of good. There's a lot of like fake Christians and, you know, people that are totally like brainwashed too, but we'll see. Someone said I was a Buddhist before I found Jesus. Yeah. It's, you know, there's good Taoism and Buddhism. It's very good wisdom and knowledge. But I believe in God. But I also don't throw that out. Like, you have all different types of, you know, Christians and also other religions where it's like, I don't want to read anything else. You know, Taoism and Buddhism is still great wisdom and knowledge. You don't have to like pray. It's not a God, but it's good to know. And I'm sure a lot of it probably overlaps with the Bible. You know, I haven't read the whole Bible. I'm working on it, going a little slow, but did you see the priest get thrown off the stage? I did, and I heard it was because he was anti-gay or something, or he was against gay marriage. Dude, Christians are very scared. Most Christians. Like I was saying, the dude Pastor Anderson I talked about, I don't agree with him, and he's a little screwed up, like some of his stuff he says. But what's really impressive about Pastor Anderson, if you haven't seen it, he's on YouTube. He was interviewed on USA Today. It's a hilarious interview. And what's really impressive about Pastor Anderson is he's unapologetically, you know, Baptist, it is an extreme view, but it's like he's like his demeanor is hilarious, but also like there's so many people that won't say how they feel, and there's so many people that are just so weak where I don't agree with everything he says, but I think he's definitely a character. Someone said Joel Osteen smiles too much for me. Yeah, I don't know full background on Joel Osteen, but he has a lot of good wisdom. You know, I don't know full on to Joel Osteen. Someone said Steven Anderson. Yeah, like I said, I don't agree. I don't agree with him, but I just find him hilarious because he's like it's kind of like Louis Farrakhan. I don't agree with a lot of things Louis Farrakhan says, but he's impressive because it's like in an age where everybody's so weak and pathetic and, you know, dishonest and like, you know, just ruining everything. To me, it's just entertaining and intriguing to see people who are just unapologetically, you know, believe in what they believe. I understand if you get too extreme Christian or too extreme Muslim or, you know, too extreme Judaism, whatever, like you become a bad person. I totally get that. I'm not praising extremists, but you get what I'm saying? It's like the world has become so weak that people like that really stand out, even if I don't agree with them. Jesse said Pence is a loser. Yikes. Yeah, no, it's not. It's a kombucha for people asking. It's strawberry lemonade kombucha. If you don't listen to rap anymore, what do you listen to? I haven't listened to music as much, which is a mistake. But I mean, I listen to like some oldies kind of, but I haven't. This last couple of months, I've been in a weird zone. I've just been working a lot and not vibing out to too much music. What do you think about Antifa terrorizing the journalist? It's horrible. It's horrible what they're doing, to the journalist. But I have two thoughts. One, why was he there? Like, why was he just standing there getting pelted and hit? I mean, you got to defend yourself or do something. But as a man, But also, it's bad what they're doing. But my question is, I don't talk about it that much. First of all, I feel like a lot of people who talk about it, they bring energy to it and they give strength to it. So the whole Antifa movement, in my opinion, has been emboldened not just by the mainstream media, but by the right wing. And also, there's too much talk. Think about this. What matters? Action. So how long have right wingers been talking about Antifa? Right wingers have been talking about Antifa for 2 years straight now. What's been done about Antifa? Have they been designated a domestic terrorist group? No. So it's a lot of talk, a lot of attention, a lot of promotion, and nobody at the high levels is doing anything about it for what they're doing. And the amount of evidence. Where's Trump? Where's conservatives? Where's legislation stopping attacks and assaults and bombings? And where are they? So it's like, I don't want to talk about it because my leaders are not doing anything. So Ken McNeely said, we've gotten to the point that religion doesn't matter. Either you're a believer or not. Jack Hibbs and Amir Tzvir, great straight up Bible. Yeah, I mean, that's what Ken McNeely said. I'm still learning. Like, I want to read the full Bible. I want to read the full Quran. I'm not there yet. And Judaism, I'll probably never be able to read because when it comes to the Zohar, the Talmud, and the Torah, it's so many books. I don't think it's even possible to read. But in general, I want to see where people are coming from, and and then I could really figure it out. But I think, if you connect with God and you're honest with yourself, or, you get to a point where you're living your authentic self and being true and trying to do right, although we're all sinned, I think you're good in my book. I'm not God. I'm not a pastor. So I don't judge or look down on other people, and I don't exclude them, and I don't think I'm better than them. As long, if they're doing the right thing on any path, I'm cool with it, personally. Someone said, please don't go all Christian on me and Emily. I'm just telling you how I feel. I believe in God, but like I said, I have Muslim friends who I really respect and like, and I feel like they have a good relationship with God. Here's another thing I'll say. Like, if, say you're Christian and you believe in God, you believe in Jesus Christ, and you believe Jesus Christ is God, that means you believe that Jesus Christ is everybody's God, correct? It's like, that's God, that's the only God, and that's everybody's God. Even if you believe in 20 gods, you believe in no God, that's God, whether you acknowledge it or not. So all this fighting is pointless. If there's one God and one true God, and you think then it is what it is. It's like, it's your job as a person to connect with that and connect with yourself and be as real as you can be. It's not your job to judge anybody. It's not your job to condemn anybody. It's not really your job to convince anybody unless, you're trying to help and you do it with light. So it's like, we could fight about it all day, but that's kind of what everyone believes, Someone said Muslims have a different God, but here's what I'm saying. If you're a Christian and you fully believe that Jesus Christ is the God, then if other people are believing in a different God, in your perspective, they have it wrong, and they believe in your God, they just don't know it. So it's like, there isn't multiple different gods. You get what I'm saying? Even if you're praying to the different God, like you said, that they're praying to a different God. So you as a Christian, do you believe that there's two gods? Is that, you get what I'm saying? You're saying, no, they're not praying to my God. They're praying to a different God. You don't believe that God exists. So what you think is they're praying to the wrong God. And I'm thinking, I'm guessing that their prayers are going to get there to God, regardless of who they're praying to. That's my thought. Is it confusing, or do you guys get it? Someone said Satan is a title, not a name. I don't know exactly what you mean. Angel said, I disavow religion. That's fine. I'm not, I mean, I don't, it's not my, I don't judge you based on what religion you have. I judge people, you know, based on the content of their character, how much I trust them, and, you know, how good of people I think they are. Let me see. Venice said, one God, many prophets. I feel you. I mean, I think it'll all work out. I don't spend too much time or energy. Zero Ninja 400 said, check out the Bible Project on YouTube. I'll check it out. I like what Jeff said. He said, Federal Reserve is a private owned corporation that prints the dollar. That is what people worship today. I've researched a lot. I've looked a lot. I have my personal beliefs on what I think is going on and who's manipulating what, and, you know, what, like, it's all interesting. And I think the way you get there is with discussion and not being too closed-minded, but not at the same time not being so open-minded that your brain falls out. Because a lot of the ancient wisdom and truth, doesn't matter if it's 1700s or now, it'll all stay true if you follow it. So see you Venice Beach. Have you read Khalil Gibran? I have not. See, that's the thing. It's a sensitive topic. Someone said Jews think Jesus is a false prophet. Go yell at them. I'm not yelling at people based on what they believe. First of all, I think there's a lot of different beliefs within that. But I mean, like, why? Who am I? I'm not God. Like, why would I go yell at people based on what they believe? Like, that's the type of attitude that's why I don't like to talk about religion, and that's why I don't talk about it at all, because it's like, you're not God. Why are you gonna yell at people? Like, why not have a conversation with them or try to convince them if you think you're so right? I don't understand that. Holly Movie Star said, get a JPS, English Hebrew Tanka. Tanka is an acronym, Torah, Nevim, and Kevatim. I'll check it out. Thank you, Holly. You would like Gibran? I'll look at it. Someone said, I think that guy was trolling. Maybe. I don't know. People really get like that, though. People are very judgmental and hateful. You know, I get it. Religions are very different, and people, you know, it's hard to coexist with people who think so differently than you sometimes. But, you know, if you keep it real, truth will bubble to the top. It'll all be fine. Jamie said, why are you so cool? Years of practice. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Do you like Ninja Turtles? They're okay. Someone said new topic. This is why he doesn't like YouTube. No, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is, but it's like, you know, I'm not a religious preacher. So this is not a sermon. This is not a church. I welcome people. I have atheists who watch me. I have Muslims who watch me. I have Christians who watch me. I have Israelis who watch me. I have Palestinians who watch me. And I like that. You know, I like to be able to be the person that doesn't judge you or doesn't want to exclude you, you know? So I don't mind talking about it, but you have to understand I'm not going to agree with a lot of people in the chats. And that's okay, in the sense of, like, I don't condemn people. I'm more interested in learning, you know? Like, if there's someone who thinks differently than me, I want to learn about it. I don't want to condemn them for feeling that way. So, you know, this is not going to turn into like a church channel or anything, because that's not my role. That's not my, you know, purpose. So someone said, you don't have to be a preacher to share the word of God. I end every stream with God bless you, God bless your family, God bless America, and God bless the world. And no one has a problem with it. So, I mean, if you don't think I'm preaching the word of God enough, you can go somewhere else. I do it in my own way. Someone said beard game strong, and then someone said, Tina said, love your wisdom, trim or shave your beard. First of all, I got many compliments on my beard. Second of all, Tina, I could barely walk or shower or do anything because of my foot. So that's partially the reason I'm not really trimming my beard or doing anything. Third, I would block you if you weren't a top fan just because your comment was obnoxious. People will say, cut your hair, grow it out longer. It's like, why don't you worry about yourself? I don't know. I don't understand. It's like, I could come up here with my hair out like this and my hair up like this, and I'd still be very successful and popular. So my worth is not based on how long my beard is, how long my hair is. whether it's trimmed or shaved or not. And this is not a material beauty channel. So if you wanna go watch a beauty blogger who puts $10,000 of makeup on her face, you can go to YouTube and click exit. If you want to not be annoying, you can stay. Oh, like, it's a woman telling me, "Oh no, I'm gonna shave your beard." Trust me, I'm good with the ladies. Okay, I'm all right. I don't need dating or beauty advice. What do you actually look like Jesus, said Linda. Tom said, "What's your real name, Anomaly?" I'll just explain real quick why I don't like say it. I mean, I'm sure it's probably, you could probably figure it out, but I don't, when I came on the internet, you know, my mom told me, you know, don't put your real name in the email. And nowadays they're tracking me. They have my full name. It's like things are way not private. When I started on the internet, they were private. So I don't want me, my family, like nobody else needs to be involved. I don't want people bothering me any more than necessary. So when you're getting 250 million views, it's like I don't want people bothering me. I'm sure eventually I'll maybe, you know, publish my name or something, but there's no really incentive for me to do it. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be on Fox News. I don't want to be a politician. You know, there's going to be a time for it, but right now it's like things are overwhelmingly successful, and I don't want people to, you know, I don't want people bothering me. So that's, yeah. I mean, there's really nothing to gain for me. Someone said, "Yo, Anomaly, let's collab, bro." I mean, you could email me. Someone said, "You are famous now." No, I know. I haven't been able to walk, but I'm not like I'm famous, but like literally the amount of times I've been stopped is like every time I go out. That's why I'm excited to do live events, because I'm like, how many tickets can we sell? 100, 1,000? I don't know. What's the picture behind you? It's like palm trees. That's a good question. Do you consider yourself paranoid or cautious? I'm not paranoid, not at all. I'm cautious. I'm smart in the sense of like, even when I walk and do stuff, like I don't, which is crazy that I stepped on this stupid spike, because I'm not the type of person to not pay attention. I'm calculated, you know, so I'm not paranoid at all. But I am cautious, and you have to understand too. For me, like someone's like I've gotten death threats. I've gotten people threatening, you know, my family before. So, you know, that's happened to me. I don't publicize it, but I've had some really, you know, creepy stuff going on where I'm not paranoid or scared, but it's like, you know, things get real at a certain point, and once you hit a certain amount of people, you understand, you know, what you can and can't do. Like literally, I'm at the point now, I almost every time I go out, someone recognizes me, so I can't just go out anymore. Like, and not, which I'm not saying I can't go out. I go out all the time, but like, you got to move a different way. You got to think a different way, not in like, oh my God, I'm scared, or like, I love meeting people and stuff, but I don't act like I did when I was like 19 or anything. I pay attention. I'm aware of my surroundings. Living in a city with a bunch of sketchy people all the time, I move a different way for multiple reasons. Pauline, that's a good question. She said, "What's your goal? Try to enlighten or just have people communicate?" So my original goal when I started doing music, like I always wanted to get like a message out here. I was like, I always felt like a messenger or a prophet. Not to like pat myself on the back, but oh my God, I'm a prophet. But like it was weird. I always just was like, I need to spread this message. I need to do this. And like certain times I'd write, I would just happen. I'd be like, I'd get it, like it would write itself. And then when I started doing politics, I wanted to get the truth out there, in the sense of I found out how much the media was lying. So I started just debunking the media. I didn't really do opinion pieces. I was just debunking the media. Now I want to, you know, spread good energy, get communication, just, you know, try to have a good impact. So I don't have a real agenda. I want to enjoy my life. but I also want to, I would say, spread wisdom, knowledge, communication, truth, and especially with politics, be someone that you could share and they can watch and not be annoyed. Like, you're not going to share it with someone and it's going to be like, no offense, but like Tommy Lauren or something, where they're just going to be like, I don't like her, or like, I don't want to hear that. So combo of that type of stuff. Chelsea said, I didn't know anything about politics until my husband introduced me to you. That's awesome. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you to your husband. Also, I would say just don't get too caught up in it too. It's gets weird when you get too caught up in it. So it's like, it's good to be informed, but getting too involved with politics, I feel like, is a trap a little bit. Just heard Dr. Drew say that there's 12 million rats in LA. That's interesting. I don't see any rats. I'm from the East Coast, so we actually have a lot of rats out there. I've never seen a rat in LA, but I'm sure there are a few. Akin said, get out of your goddamn feelings. That's funny. No, thank you. That was a good question, Pauline. Sabir said, what made you get into politics? Just how much the media lied. Like, I don't even now consider, I guess I am in politics in a way, but I don't like politics. I'm not a politician. I saw how much the media was lying. I always talked about it in my music since 2008, how the media was lying. My first song I ever did was called Apocalypse. I called out Time Warner, which is owned by CNN. I said, Time Warner, prepare to stop the prince. I'm convinced this is apocalypse. I guess following the 2016 election and seeing how they were lying and really understanding the complete system of the lie, I was like, wow, I got to say something about this, because they're cheating, Bernie Sanders, and then they're cheating Trump. And I don't like liars, and they have a lot of power. So if it wasn't for social media figures, not just me, not even close, I didn't really do that much 2016, but like, if it wasn't for social media people, like thousands of people like myself, then we'd be in a totally different place right now. And I would say I had a very, very, very small impact in 2016. I'm not taking credit, but you get what I'm saying? Thousands of social media people, just like citizen journalists. Someone said, are you skeptical of the globe? Yes, 100%. How can I defend my opinion on the border? That's a good question, Eveline. I try to make videos about it so they're easy to share, but I always start with like human trafficking. That's kind of, because like they take the moral high ground, and it's hard to beat them, because they're like, oh my God, you want kids in cages, and you got to understand, like, be like, listen, it's hard to unravel, but I would say, I start with the Huffington Post article. 80% of young women and girls coming from Central America are being raped. Just be like, there's human trafficking. Like, that's why they separate the kids from the parents. 80% of them are not with their parents. Like, 1/3 of the people they tested turned out to not be their parents. So, and also the concentration camp narrative is insane. It's like they're running towards the border. They're not trapped there. They're trying to come to the United States. It's a tough one, but I start with human trafficking. You explain that, you go a deep lower. You're talking about kids in cages. I'm talking about sex trafficking of like 10-year-olds. So it's like you almost gotta over victim them, but that's also the truth. Mia Strong said Anomaly said he won't push Brain Force, so InfoWars didn't hire him. That's not. No, that's true. Someone said Angel Mom stopped on YouTube. Yeah, they're making it illegal to criticize illegal immigration. Liberals are going full psycho, and it's a real shame. It's evil. It is evil. I mean, it's one thing to have a stance. It's one thing to lie and say they're concentration camps. It's another thing to have this much control and stop people from disagreeing with you when the people who are disagreeing with you is right. It's evil. Anybody, I don't care if you're right wing or left wing. When it gets to topics that they're wrong, if you're right, you shouldn't have to silence people or pass resolutions. Has anyone else in the music industry at any level approached you to do a project with? Yeah, Trapped. I did the song with Trapped, who did the song Headstrong, and Rook from the Justice League, which is a big production group. They hit me up. Those two, who just plugged Brain Force. Somebody said it on YouTube. They're like, someone said I came out like they're like, did Anomaly didn't get hired by InfoWars because he wouldn't sell Brain Force. None of that's true, but it's pretty funny. Michael Weston said Alex Jones is solid. You're not. Okay. All right. Thanks, Mike. Have you ever looked at George Takei's Facebook page? No. I don't have time for demons. Oh, I'm getting some tape out. My tape fell off. All right, I'm gonna stay for like 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna eat. I haven't eaten all day. I'm intermittent fasting. Are you a hippie or a vegetarian? Am I a hippie? Debatable. Am I a vegetarian? Not at the moment, no. Someone said you were in Headstrong. How did I not know this? No, I wasn't in Headstrong, but the guys who made the song Headstrong, I have a song and a music video with them, Trapped, and they're on tour this year with Puddle of Mud and Saliva, and I did a few shows with them. It's really dope. Trapped is awesome. Chris Taylor Brown from Trapped is the one that hit me up. Big legend, great guy. All right, hold on. I'm retying my foot real quick. Let me see. Fasting is very good for all aspects of health. Yeah, so I've heard. Also, I'm just like, because I'm hurt, I'm a little, not gonna lie, I'm staying strong, but it's been the toughest probably. I mean, I don't want to say that because then something worse is gonna happen, but it's been a tough couple of weeks not being able to walk and stuff. I mean, it's hard to get motivated when you can't walk, or when you walk it hurts. So it's like, every step is like a challenge, but like it's been a tough week to really do anything. So fasting is kind of part of that, where I'm just like, it's good though. I guess it's inspiring me to fast because I don't feel like eating that much. Diana said, you make me smile. I'm a 59-year-old grandma. Well, thank you, Diana. I appreciate you. God bless you, Diana. Someone said they fast in the Bible. That's awesome. No, fasting I've heard has really good health benefits. Why don't you get the knee scooter? Nah, it's okay. Someone said listen to Puddle of Mud. I did a show with them. What do you think that the cartels think is about what's going on at the border? How do you think they're involved? I have no idea how they're involved, but I mean, I don't know. I can't really tell you. Do you think our weather is manipulated? Definitely in some aspects. The question is how much, I would say. But I do think, on the low end, they're spraying stuff in the sky. And that's, I mean, I know they say it's like illegal to say now or whatever, but I mean, on the high end, who knows? Like I said, I'm not saying he uses it, but Bill Gates has technology. I mean, it's in popular science to lessen hurricanes. It's in Wikipedia. China manipulates the weather. It's not like a theory. They spray stuff in the air and can make it rain. So if they can do that, what else can they do? I don't know. Someone said free El Chapo. No comment, no comment. Someone said McAfee. Yo, McAfee's funny, man. John McAfee's hilarious. Have you talked to Salim lately, our friend? Yeah, I saw Salim the other day. I love Salim. Tell him I said what's up. Yo, Anomaly, what do you think about the Epstein anomaly? What do you think about will be unearthed with this Epstein situation? I'm praying like everyone else. I'm praying that all the that it really gets exposed. But it's like, we know that sex and human trafficking is a huge industry. It's like drugs. You get what I'm saying? Like, they popped Ricky Ross in the 70s or whatever out of California. He was making like millions of dollars a day selling cocaine. Ricky Ross, if you don't know the story of him, it's a very legendary story. So human and child trafficking is a very, very big industry. Not as big as drugs, but there's billions of dollars to be made. So somebody has to be the top guy in that industry. There's a top guy in drugs. There's a top guy in health. There's a top guy in food. There's a top guy in politics. There has to be a top person in human and child trafficking. So who is it? People have, QAnon has their suspicions and they're onto some stuff. Trump supporters have their suspicions. Trump haters have their suspicions, but they don't really talk. They don't really know that much. They're like on the surface level. So I hope that the Epstein situation brings down the whole house of cards. Anybody involved in making money and facilitating child and sex trafficking of minors, boys and girls, should be held accountable. But the question is, say it's this big, will the Epstein thing take out this much? Will it 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 take out this much? Who knows? A lot of people are optimistic. A lot of people aren't. I'm optimistic. I think it's looking better than ever, and it has for the last, year or two. So I'm hoping that it all gets revealed, because regardless of what they try to say, it's a conspiracy. It's like, it's an industry. It's a fact. It's happening. It's documented by not only the U.S. government, but dozens of organizations. So that's the question that everyone's waiting for. And I pray, of course, that they don't just get the bottom level, that they get the top. Some are trying to use it against the president, for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't care who it involves. I just want it to be the truth. Democrats, Republicans, if someone's involved and they're trafficking, children, they need to be held accountable. You going to bed, Chris? Or are you saying I need to go to bed? Someone said, how do you feel? I'll answer this because I saw it a few times. How do you feel about Baked Alaska? And someone said Baked Alaska had a good thing going until Charlottesville. I only saw, I've met him in person, I think at Politicon one time. He was streaming, but I don't know what he's doing recently. I know he had a Twitter and stuff, but I don't, and he's reached out to me as well, I don't have a problem with them at all. But I know that he got it rough as far as like media came down on him. They called him an extremist, and I don't know, would they take away his Twitter? I don't know what happened. So I don't, it's one of those things where I don't know the full story at all, because I never really watched his content. I only saw a few of his tweets, and I think he live streamed at Politicon one time, and I met him there. So I don't really know what happened, as far as like, I know something bad happened media wise or channel wise, but I don't know what his views were before. I don't know what his views are now. I don't know any of the story really, but Baked has always been very nice to me. Steven says, are you familiar with Vermin Supreme? Yeah, I've met Vermin Supreme. I interviewed Vermin Supreme, and one of my good friends out here is Vermin Supreme's campaign manager and social media manager. So I'm very, very familiar with Vermin Supreme. He's on my old podcast, Rare Talk podcast. If you search Anomaly Vermin Supreme, you can find my interview of him. And he's an OG, original gangsta. Shout out Vermin Supreme. Thin crust or deep dish? I don't know. Depends on the time. I've only had deep dish once. I had a friend from Chicago, and she was always talking about deep dish, and she bought like official Chicago deep dish one time. It was pretty good, but it was interesting. It was weird. So I would have to have deep dish again. But I stay away from pizza because cheese kind of is an inflammatory. I still eat it, but pizza, like bread and cheese, I try to not eat too much bread and cheese. I still eat cheese. I still eat bread. I'm not like totally on the diet, but I never order pizza anymore because I'm always trying to get some sort of nutrient. There's really nothing there on pizza, cheese, and bread. It's not that healthy. Someone said, hail to provolone cheese. Watch out, Mary. They'll call you an extremist. Any chance Trump out against chemtrails because that's a deep state deal? Listen, like I think Trump is a step in the right direction, but to me, I don't think Trump knows anything about chemtrails. I don't think Trump knows anything about space. I don't think, there's a lot of stuff I don't think either Trump is I feel like he just doesn't know, or maybe he knows and just doesn't talk about it. Like, that's not his role, you know. I made a statement on Twitter, and I think it's important to understand, because when I say stuff that Ted Cruz is doing, or Ron DeSantis is doing, or Trump is doing that's wrong, I don't come from a place of like Shapiro. I'm actually telling the truth. I'm not saying he's not, but you can figure it out for yourself. Anyway, Trump is a very special president. Here's the pillow. Someone said I missed it. Trump is a very special president in the sense of he's the only one I've seen that will actually shift his policy based on public opinion if he comes to the decision that it's actually right. And you've never seen that. So you should support if you love Trump. If you hate Trump, you should do what Kanye West and Kim Kardashian does. You should actually get something done with him instead of just hating. But he will shift if enough of his base shifts towards the right decision. So there are things that I think either Trump's not doing at all, he doesn't know about, he's ignoring, or in some cases I think he's lying about. I don't know if he's purposely doing it or but these are not huge things, but some of them are. I think it's our job to not throw him to the side and hate on him. But if his base says, hey, what do you think about this? And it becomes the popular decision and it's true, Trump will actually shift. So it's not hating to, shift Trump in the right direction. He's on point with a lot of stuff, but when it comes to, there's stuff he doesn't have time to do or he doesn't care about. And there's some things that I do think he's, I think he's waiting for people to like, he's got ties. You get what I'm saying? Like Trump is as free as any politician that we've ever seen, but he does have some ties, and he's got to, if he needs help in some ways, I think you got to help him out and really get to the truth. Let me see. Vincent, we'll find out. Who do you trust to give honest news besides yourself? I don't really like the news. I'm not trying to be a downer or a hater, but like, I don't like the news. I don't like politics, and I take good elements from some people and I leave other stuff. There's no one news source that I 100% totally trust. And I'm not like a skeptic, or I'm not like a paranoid, or I've never found somebody that I'm like, oh, I agree with them 100% of the time. Because what I find a lot in like, people in general is, everybody has their own opinions. Everyone has their own perspectives. Everyone has their own agenda sometimes. And there's no one I agree with 100%. And the people that I look for, which is very, very rare, and I think one of my strongest points, I would say, is the fact that if I'm confronted with more information and I'm, I will, hold on. This should be plugged in. My phone's down. Hold on 1 second. I gotta plug it in. Sorry. If I'm confronted with more information, I'll shift my opinion. Like, will you acknowledge that you were wrong? If you're wrong, are you very prideful and emotional and, like team player? So there's a lot of people that are awesome that I really like. And, there's a lot of like, when it comes to news, there's no news channel or news station that I agree with 100% at all. A lot of the mainstream ones definitely have an agenda, but, that's what I would like to see more of, is people that, really seek truth and are willing to, learn more and shift their opinion. But I'm not worried about it. Things that I think that the conservative movement haven't been doing, I see the people waking up. And once you get the truth, you're not going back. So this will all naturally happen. Like Fox, I don't have a TV, but it's like Fox, dude, there's so much bad stuff on there. There's like, I've never seen One American News, but a lot of conservatives, they make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hate on people, but they make you feel good. But a lot of it is just a circus. Like, let's look at Ilhan Omar. Like, let's laugh at her. Let's get like, it's all like, but then who's going to tell you that Ron DeSantis passed, what I would consider anti-free speech regulation and, a lopsided bias bill that, singles out one religion and doesn't talk about any others? Who's going to tell you that? Who's going to tell you that Ben Shapiro and Ted Cruz are working on a condemnation bill? And like, everybody, there's 10,000 people you can get the unemployment's down, you know, One American News Network, Fox News. You can get that from thousands of places in your own way, but like, who's gonna tell you the truth? Who doesn't have an agenda? Who's gonna shift and, you know, lead you in the right direction? And that's for you to figure out. Someone says Epoch Times seems reputable. They've reached out to me. I met with the regional director, I forget how I met him, at an event, and I just had a coffee with him. Really great guy. From what I heard from him, I haven't read Epoch Times, but it seems like, from what I heard from him and what I've seen, it seems like they're trying to get the truth out there, and it seems like they're not trying to have a bias. I haven't read that much Epoch Times, but I do feel like that's what they're going for. And once, before I hurt my foot, I was supposed to write an article for Epoch Times. So they're gonna publish me in their newspaper. So Epoch Times seems like they're on that track. I just haven't read enough to fully. But when I talked to him, he sounded like he cared about that. Like, when you watch these other people, I agree with a lot of what they say, but like, there's always like a hook, line, and sinker where they're going in the wrong direction. And that's fine, but it's like, when confronted, you know, this is what I don't like about a lot of conservative media. They'll tell you the truth 90% of the time, but then when they lie to you, it's not just that they're wrong or they're opinionated, which is fine. They try to silence the person who's telling the truth, or they try to silence the person who has a different perspective that's more honest. I can't write it out for you. I can't spell it out for you. I've said it a lot of times, but that's kind of my personal, you know, thought process is like, a lot of these people are good on a lot of stuff, and other stuff they're bad. But who's gonna, like, and that's what I've learned recently about conservatives, is they're quick to silence and kick you out when you're not playing suit. What's your opinion on the whole Google liberal bias thing? Oh, it's absolutely biased, but I don't know. I mean, I've said what I could say, but I'm not a politician. I'm not the president. I'm not a congressman. There's only so much I could do. I don't know what they could do about it. Build new things. Let me see. Do you follow Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch? I don't know if I follow him, but he's a legend. That guy gets it done. Tom Fitton, he's a doer. I like Tom Fitton. Have you ever known anyone in the Illuminati? I feel like the Illuminati is such a broad term, and it's like an ancient secret society. So it's been you know, it's been kind of overused, and no one really knows who's in it or what it is anymore. But I don't know. No one's been like, yo, I'm in the Illuminati. So I mean, I have some friends doing some big things, but nothing to write home about. Facebook blocked me for 3 days for defending Tommy Robinson on a blog. Yeah, there's certain people that they turn into a toxic social media force. Tommy Robinson, excuse me. They, you know, it's like, you can't talk about him, you can't post him, you can't share his videos. I did a whole video on that. It's awful what they're doing. What do you think of RT and Ben Swan? RT, I don't follow enough. I know it's Russia TV, and they do some good work. I know that they're going to be, oh, it's Russia, but it's like, there's Russian news, there's Qatar news, there's BBC. I don't judge by where it's from. I judge by the content. Ben Swan did a lot of good work, but he kind of like disappeared in the pinnacle of his career. So I haven't really been following him since. He was doing great work. You know, he talked about one conspiracy theory they didn't want him to talk about, and then he stopped talking for a year or two. Evelyn, we'll find out. Someone said, I don't watch AMTV anymore. He went too crazy with Bitcoin. I'm not sure what AMTV is. Someone says, I know some Freemasons. Does that mean I know some Illuminati? I don't think so. I mean, I know some low-level Masons as far as like people who just joined. I actually met someone who said they had higher Freemasonry family, but it's I don't think it's not hard if you want to join Freemasonry. It's not. Like, you can be in Freemasonry and probably have no idea what's going on at the top of the pyramid. So I don't know that that's. Someone said Ben Shapiro promised Jesse Lee Peterson a lunch if Trump won, and he never paid up. Interesting, if true. Why aren't people being tried for treason? I mean, I don't know. they got to get enough info and statistics to get somebody. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be out in like 5 minutes. So any last rare questions? Thanks for joining me, guys. This is my Friday night. I'll do this more. Sorry, I know a lot of people are like, do shorter videos, but it's like we have fun live when people are here. It's a good time, and you know we'll do some short videos, we'll do some long videos. We're just gonna mix it up. If Trump ends the Fed, how will it affect the economy? Trump's not gonna end the Fed, but he's definitely trying to turn it a little bit. But maybe he will. I can't wait to eat, guys. I'm going to order food after this. I'm excited. Actually, I could cook too. We'll see. Great stream. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I have a good time. What's your opinion on the Bohemian Grove? I don't really have one. It's a meeting where people talk. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of the Bilderberg meeting, the Trilateral Commission. They have a lot of little talky talks. Chris said moon landing was real. That's all. LOL. Much love. It's all good, Chris. We'll chat about it. I'm waiting to go back. Like I said, if it's real, we should be able to go back soon. Elon Musk is trying to plant chips in our brains. They can go back to the moon if it's true. Let me see what this says. Hold on. I wanna read. Shout out. What are we having for dinner? I don't know yet. I have some stuff in the freezer I could cook, or maybe I'll order something. I don't know. Subscribe to YouTube on Anomaly as well. Do you have a prediction for the 2020 election? I think Trump's gonna win, but here's my thoughts. Like, here's what I'm saying to liberals. You have to embrace Donald Trump in the sense of he's the most liberal person that we're probably gonna see on the right wing. If Trump doesn't win, I think he's going to win. But if he doesn't win and a left-wing person wins, you're going to see chaos. You're going to see probably a revolution, and you're going to see somebody further right-wing come. Even if Trump wins in 2024, either they're going to have a bad candidate and then somebody far left is going to win, and then you're going to get someone further right. So like we're not going back. Like people think Trump's bad, and like there's no like Trump is it. Trump is the most liberal. He's the friendliest. Like there's a lot of discussions that need to be had in America and the world that are taboo because everyone's so sensitive. So it's like Trump he's a stepping stone, but I don't understand what they're doing because either they win with a far left candidate in 2024 or somehow swing the election in 2020. I don't think it's going to happen, but like the far right, like further right is coming. And I'm not saying that like I want it to come. I'm not saying it like it's great, but there's a lot of things that aren't being spoken about. There's a lot of things that nobody wants to confront and talk about. And that's what happens when like a society wears down and, like everything slowly wears down and then, you ignore it. And then you get somebody radically the other way who wants to make big government. And then people get pissed off. Like, why is the right wing rising here? Why is the right wing rising in Canada? Why is the right wing rising in Sweden? Why is it rising in Italy? Everywhere, either it's winning, it already won, or it's rising. So they got to really watch what they're doing because the far left is radicalizing the far right, and it's like a response to it. And it's not the other way around. I mean, the Republican Party is not that radical. The people that they always put a spotlight on are very, very unpopular in the movement. They put a spotlight on the most unpopular far right people, and they're like, look at them, even though they have no political or social power. In fact, they're probably on their way out, probably getting banned soon online. They shouldn't, but they are. And they don't want to talk about the fact that the equivalent to the radical right, it's actually worse on the left. Like these people they demonize on the far right are probably can run circles around them intellectually. And I'm not even saying I agree with them, but it's like they're not the people that they point at, they are 10 times as bad as them. And it's not a fringe movement, it's the mainstream. So they spent so much time hating on Trump and hating on the far right, they've evolved into the most disgusting, vile, satanic, demonic, evil, backwards, two-faced, weak, pathetic power structure. And it's not small. It's not a fringe. It's not 2,000 people in Charlottesville. It's 10 million people. It's every institution. It's social media companies. And that's my long-term prediction is I think Trump is going to win. But if a left-wing person somehow wins, it's going to spur something very ugly. And maybe it's inevitable because are they going to stop? Are they going to come to their senses? Or are they just going to go further and further? Because like the right wing over the past 50 years, it's like barely moved. The left wing is flying off the charts and they show no signs of stopping down. So, you know, the things to look for is who's going to win in the Democratic Party. Is it going to be the centrist left liars, or is it going to be the far left progressive squad? You know, is the right wing going to get their crap together? Or, you know, there's a lot of like sub battles. And I think Trump's going to win in 2020. But this is more concerning to me is, you know, if the left wing really, really hates Trump, why are they growing the right wing? Why are they pushing the right wing further? No, I don't. I mean, I think here's the thing about the left wing too. I'm not reading Carter. That was funny, but I'm not reading that. The funny thing about the left wing is like, I'll give you an example of something that happened recently. So Bernie is employing a bunch of people for his, campaign, and they want more than $15 an hour. They don't think they're getting enough, so they start talking bad about him. The left wing is probably going to collapse on itself. It's just like, how much are they going to ruin, and are they going to somehow get a win real quick? Because you're surrounding yourself by people who want to drag you down. The right wing is either like, you know, prosperity or middle ground. There's some, you know, fakes and phonies on the right, but the left is literally like a path downward. It's like tear the top, gender, sex, right? Like no content of character, no skill, like feel like you're more important than you are, hate people who are better than you and smarter than you. They're screwed one way or another. It's just like, are they going to take the whole country down with them? Are they just going to take their campaign down? Are they going to, you know, ruin their party? Are they somehow going to get a win? And like, it's interesting, but it's like they need to get a grip. It's nutty what they're doing, but it'll all work out. Someone said the left is eating themselves alive thanks to the squad. See, that's where I disagree with people. The squad is like is not why the left is losing. The squad is a result of how dishonest they are. Why did Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar? The wrong analysis, in my opinion, is they came and screwed up the left wing. No, that's not true. The truth is the left wing was screwed up so much that they won. You get what I'm saying? Trump didn't win because he's so bad. Trump won because politics was so bad and pathetic, he became a viable candidate. Same with the squad. The squad is a result and a symptom of a disgusting, twisted, two-faced party that is slowly moving downwards, and they're just moving them downwards faster. It's a rocket ship to hell. So they're not, and the thing you have to understand with too is what the left wing does with Trump is they say, Trump is bad. He's evil. So everything that Trump does, you're going to do the opposite. We can convince you to do anything. Take people's guns, take people's freedom, take your money, do this, start this war. They've got people so brainwashed on hating Trump that they can make Trump haters do almost anything. And that's not good. As a right winger, you can't hate. Stop hating Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Stop hating Ilhan Omar. Take the hate out of your heart. You know why? Because they're using you in a similar fashion. The right wing is. They're saying you hate Ilhan Omar so much, right? So you're not allowed to say that it's all about the Benjamins. So you're a right winger, you're pro free speech, but just because you hate Ilhan Omar, you're not allowed to suggest that foreign lobbyists and $100 million donors have an influence in politics. You want to condemn her, you want to pass legislation in Florida, you want to pass a resolution. No, they're using you just the same way that the left wing is using Trump by saying, look how bad and crazy she is. The squad's ruining the left wing. The left wing has ruined itself. They're ruining it further, but the right wing is using those bad left wingers to do what the left wing does with Trump. They say, look at them. You hate them so much, right? So you want to do this, right? Yeah. It's a lie. Stop hating. Assess critically what's going on, and don't let because the right wing will do what, like, Trump is very special. Trump is a special guy. The right wing, the Republican Party, was not your friends before that. George Bush was not your friend. You know, like Mitt Romney is not your friend. John McCain was not your friend. So Trump is doing what he can, but it's up to you to not get, like, the squad is, in my opinion, not only a distraction and a symptom, but they're being the one thing that Ilhan Omar is wrong about almost everything. The one thing she's right about is the one thing that Republicans talk the most about, the one thing that Republicans want to shut the most up. And that's a bad sign for right-wingers, because the only thing she's right about is the thing that they're the quickest to silence, and that's the two-party game. So, but I will say conservatives are very aware of that, and whether it's war or anti-free speech stuff, the pendulum is swinging. All right, we'll read one more and then we'll roll out. Kathleen said, will we ever get to control the media again? All right, that's the last question. I don't think anyone knows for sure, but it's tough. I hope we build other platforms, but when, for instance, like Gab built a platform, but then they, you know, demonize it and do all this stuff. But overall, we'll find out. That's one thing that I'm working on doing is, you know, you have to either build your own or you have to join in a you know, productive way. So, you know, I'm trying to make music, I'm trying to do my thing and shift, you know, the culture in a positive direction, but who knows? But in general, that's what we're going to leave on an inspirational note, is the world is, in times of chaos, there's a lot of opportunity. You know, I've been able to build this channel because there's so many people dropping the ball that me not dropping the ball as much made it impressive, and it made me a viable news analyst. You know, what's special about me is that I'm not as bad as all of them. I'm not saying I'm terrible or anything, but you get what I'm saying. I don't have all the equipment. I don't have a team. So in times like this, we can be the new media. We can build, we can create, we can enter. And a lot of it is, that's why I always say, don't hate too much. Because like people ask me, Anomaly, like, does the music industry, you know, have they isolated you or done anything? Not really. I mean, they didn't sign me. They're not promoting my music or anything. But if you stay true to yourself, you'll connect with the people you're supposed to connect to, and you won't connect with the people you're not supposed to connect with. So at the end of the day, when it comes to media and all this stuff, just, you know, play your part, as big or small as it is. And, you know, if everyone does that, you know, the clock shifts. I don't know if the clock shifts, but you get what I'm saying. Christy said, you need me on your team. All right, I'm going to take off and eat, guys. I'm really hungry. Last thing, if you are a really good graphic designer, please email me. Go to my website, legendary.vision, LEGENDARY.VISION, legendary.vision. Please send me an email. Let me know about some of your stuff and, you know, a link to it. And I'm looking for really good graphic designers to make some really cool merchandise for me. So please hit me up and I will pay you if it's really awesome. So I'm looking for good graphic designers right now. So please please hit me up. And let me see. I'm gonna share real quick my links if you'd like to support. Never mind. I guess I'm not sharing. I always think I'm doing that, but I guess I'm not. Oh well. God bless you guys. God bless America. God bless your family, and God bless the world. Appreciate you, and I'll be back another time. Maybe we'll do another stream tomorrow night. Maybe we won't. We'll see where we're at.